Namaste, Shreya, and welcome to our beautiful garden of Embassy of Finland. Nice to meet you. My name is Tuovi, and I work here as a head of cooperation at the embassy.
Namaste, Tuovi. Thank you for having me here. My name is Shreya. I work as a youth climate justice activist. I look forward for an exciting conversation ahead.
Finland works for municipalities that people have equal access for safe water and sanitation and hygiene also. And it is just that people in local communities will benefit. It is the main goal, our work in climate justice. How about you, Shreya? How did you become a climate justice activist? What was your journey?
5 years back, I was totally unaware about climate crisis, but I coincidentally joined my bachelor's in environment science. It was the first day of my class. I learned about climate crisis. So that is how it began. I realized that we have no options left. Climate action is the only answer, it's the only solution, and it's the only way. So that is what has driven me to work for climate change. And I also think that with the level of privilege I have received ever so far, I should be involved in climate action and in the fight against a better world for every one of us. So how about you? How did you become familiar with climate crisis?
I think that it was just everyday life that I saw here in Nepal, but also in Finland, that how climate change affects our everyday life. And it was that, for example, in Finland, that snow melts earlier than usual, and this kind of consequences. So it really was eye-opening for me. What role can individuals play to respond and mitigate climate change at the household and community level? What do you think, Shreya?
Yeah, of course, climate crisis is a global problem, but the good news is climate action starts from our own home. I think we should realize our power of voice and choice. So the rule is simple: to reduce emission and consumption of resources as possible and elect right people to make right decisions on behalf of us. But at the end of the day, we cannot deny that climate crisis is more than CO2 emissions. It is also linked with colonialism, it is linked with capitalism, racism, and other such systemic operations. So I think while we are doing our individual actions, we should also be mindful and fight to dismantle the systems of operation so that we can get rid of climate crisis and all other socioeconomic crises all at a time.
What are some key challenges and opportunities for young girls and women like you to make climate justice more gender responsive? What do you think?
Yeah, I think in case of challenges I face as a young climate activist, being a girl is I have to prove myself every time. So it takes extra time, extra effort. And secondly, it becomes sometimes so hard to balance life with activism, education, study, and also balancing personal life. But in terms of opportunities, I think being a youth climate justice activist, I think I can work to make sure that the voice of girls and women are heard and acknowledged, make sure that the climate finance is reaching to them at the ground level, and most importantly, make sure that all the climate action works are gender responsive, inclusive, and just for everyone.
What key messages would you like to give to other young people and also for future leaders?
To young people like me, I would want to say that I applaud all the works that you are doing. Let us realize that we are the most important generation that Earth will ever hold, and continue to fight against the status quo. Otherwise, the consequences will be unacceptable.
So thank you very much, Shreya, and thanks for these opinions that you had, that it is also very much a question for governments to negotiate, and it is the global issue we need to resolve together.
Thank you for having me. It was a pleasure conversation. I look forward to have such conversations and work together in days to come.
Yes, we will do. Thank you. Namaste.